All right, good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Vice Forecaster JD Rapp with you in the USA Severe Weather Network Center right this morning. Um, Today is March 16th, 2021, and I'm taping this at 5:27 in the morning. Normally we don't tape these this early, but this morning we have something that pretty serious to talk about this morning in the Weather Center. We have a moderate risk of severe weather. The Storm Protection Center has been monitoring this for the last couple days on the potentially severe weather. Now this is pretty bad, folks. We're already seeing a Storm Protection Center has put out a moderate risk for Alabama, through Arkansas, through Louisiana, not Louisiana, but parts of that area down here, and parts of, you know, down there in parts of Louisiana and parts of the Tulsa area down there in Louisiana. Not Louisiana, but close to Alabama and parts of Missouri, you're in an enhanced risk. Illinois, you're in a marginal, and some places in a slight. Definitely take this at a grain of salt. This could be pretty interesting. So everybody wants to know about tornadoes today. For tomorrow, as St. Patrick's Day is going to be pretty interesting because it's going to be a stormy pattern. Here's our tornado threat. I'll take a look at this. Goodness gracious, gosh. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Definitely the potentially of we could see some, just not F0 tornadoes tomorrow. We could be talking about maybe EF2, EF3, or maybe EF5 tornadoes. This is a hatched area where we can see some very strong tornadoes tomorrow. So definitely keep this in mind. If you're in that hatched area, you're in the tornado threat. Like, down here, I'll read some areas off, parts of Alabama, Montgomery, Jackson, maybe parts of Duncan County, you're in it. Sapa, Paducah, you're in the hatch area for tornadoes. Just keep in mind that you have a higher chance. Illinois, you got a 2%. Parts of Sapa at 13, you got a 5% of seeing a chance of a tornado in 25 miles a point. And here's the damage and wind, folks. It's not a joke here. We still got about a 30% chance of some damage and wind gusts. So we could be dealing with some very strong to straight line winds up to 80 miles an hour possible. So we could be doing some very strong stuff. And also, we have some very large hail to deal with too. Hailstones could be up to, in this hatched area, baseball or golf balls again. So you definitely got to take this seriously, folks. You definitely have to take this very seriously tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty bad day. This could be an outbreak. So I want to tell everybody, I won't be surprised this afternoon. I'm not the Storm Protection Center, so I'm not going to do this. But I won't be surprised if the Storm Protection Center decides to go with level 5. That is a high risk of severe weather. I won't be surprised. I got forecasters telling me that. I just won't be surprised these numbers like this could go high. If that does happen, our tornado threat will go up to about a 30% if that happens. Folks, you got to take it seriously. When we see a 30%, and even our wind threat will go up to 45, and our hail threat will probably go up to about 45%. So this is some pretty big numbers. So even when we don't go into a high risk, a moderate risk is bad enough. So folks, you got to take this very seriously. Models are showing that. And also, we do have another risk for Thursday. Look at here. We do have another risk for severe weather after in the Carolinas and Georgia and Atlanta area, Louisville. You gotta take it seriously because look at here. Where we have a hatched area for severe thunderstorms out there. So this could be another strong system. So we'll have to watch that also. So what I'm gonna do right now while we're on air, I'll get us back this in a second. Is hold on a second. I'm gonna hold on tight for a second. I'm going to go to some of my models, but we look at here, and I can't look at the NIM quite yet. It's because it's a little early and I can't do that, but I can look at this. You know, I'm going to use that. Now I can look at it. Alright, we're going to look at the significant tornado parameters. Now, this is, if you can, this just tells you different parameters of tornadoes. I mean, if they can get strong to EF5 or EF2, how strong they can be. So, I'll pull this up here. And just never, things can change. We're still 24 hours from this. So, what we want to do is I'm going to do this for a second. See, here we are today. We have a small chance of a couple storms today that could form, and that can still maybe produce a small storm. Now, look what happens as we get into Wednesday morning. Storms are starting to form out there by Texas. See, we're going to have to watch them. Just watch what happens as we get into Wednesday. Look at this. Goodness gracious. Look, are you kidding me? Up to 4.9. So that is some very significant tornadic weather. We got to have to watch. Here's a sounding. And remember, the soundings and all that can change, but look at this. We have a PDS that is a particularly dangerous situation. So, I mean, folks, this area could go under a dangerous situation we have to watch. So, you got to take this very seriously. So, we could see some very strong storms develop. And see, here we go. And look at this. Gosh, are you kidding me? 5.4, that is very strong. And you just take it through the day. Yeah, look at this. This is incredible. Looking at 6.0, that is very strong tornado ingredients. I have not seen this in a long time. 5.7. And what's concerning me is we're starting to get part of this into the heart and our viewing area. 6.0. I mean, folks, you got to take this very seriously. If you don't listen to me, Jonathan, or Indamar, you could die from some of these. We're talking about the tornadoes we could get tomorrow. Could be long track, violent tornadoes where they can stay on the ground for a long time. So you got to take this seriously tomorrow. I know we went through this several years again in the same spot. So I know we have to go through this again. It's this tornado. Just get used to it because we're going to go through this a lot in the spring. 5.0. Starting to get 3.3. This is very significant tornadoes, and you just see how the day goes on. See, folks, we're in Thursday morning. Look at this. Goodness. 3.9, 4.7. I mean, this is going off the NAM, and this is just continuing to bring more chance. Then once we get to sunrise, we get more of. I'll love to see what we have right there. I'm going to check a sounding right over here into Thursday morning. We do have that chance to see more severe weather in the Thursday morning. And then from Atlanta, and see, that's another sign, a PDS, that it stands for particularly dangerous situation. So please, you got to be aware, have a weather radio handy tomorrow, know where to go. I mean, the mobile homes are not going to be safe tomorrow in these type of events. When you see, where we're talking about EF3, the EF2 tornadoes, mobile homes are not going to be safe in this. You gotta go somewhere else, like a gas station, truck stop, some kind of Walmart place to stick around all day at with this event's going on. You don't not want to be in a mobile home in this type of event. So, I mean, I always tell people go to gas stations. I know some shelters are not even open because we have the corona going on, but you can't stay at your mobile home. It's not going to be safe. So here we go through Thursday morning, and you can just see this whole area still got this, I mean, all these colors. Yeah, look at this. And I'm starting to get into Atlanta where we start still having a 3. Anywhere that PDS center is very bad. And we're starting to see tornadoes going through down there in parts of Atlanta. We're going to have to watch that. There's that orange color again, 3.4. And eventually we get this mess out of here. So we looked at this. Now we're going to check supercell composite. This is what drops your tornadoes. Your supercells, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Tornadoes. Not trying to alarm nobody, but you got to pay attention. So here we go with, I'll switch back. I know we're not trying to alarm nobody and scare people, but this is, you got to take this very seriously tomorrow. So what we got in place is our supercell composite. This is what drops your tornadoes or supercells. I mean, not always, but most of the time. And you can see, yeah, we're starting to get some orange colors in the mornings, so that indicate a 5. So just look at this. We're starting to get 5, maybe even a 7, so that is significant. And yeah, a 9. So folks, we're about on using up to 10 units. So we're about maxed out. When you get over the 10, that is very significant. I mean, folks, this is where we get problems. And you can see we're still using that at almost in the early Thursday morning. We still using 10 units. So this is a very significant weather situation. And see, it's still showing a PDS signature. We'll have to see if that's right. If this does verify, we'll still be dealing with tornado warnings into Thursday morning until this whole mess gets out of here. So that's one thing on the table we do use. Now, the NAM actually gives us another tool we use, updraft heuristicity. Everybody wants to know about Southern Illinois. I try to do this the best I can, but I won't roll out an isolated storm for Illinois too. I mean, I just think they would be a little bit more unstable enough not to get something. A severe thunderstorm warning is possible, but you gotta realize there's a lot of wind energy to get storms going, so we definitely have to watch that. Not a problem. So definitely you got to keep in mind that we could be dealing with rotating strong to violent tornadoes tomorrow, especially in the Arkansas area. Just me and my team will be here. So what the spec is, I'm going to turn my my cam back on. I'm going to turn myself on for a second. So here's the thing. We're going to track that severe weather tomorrow into Wednesday. Have a plan, know where to go. I mean, if the tornado warning gets issued tomorrow, get centered, get covered immediately. Do not take it as a joke tomorrow. These storms are going to be pretty potent. Once we're done with supercells, they have a lot of punch to them. Not like a line of storms, like they line up as a quasi system, what they could be tomorrow even. When they're supercellular, they can produce strong to violent tornadoes, kind of like we went through Easter Sunday, where they could last on the ground. So definitely take it to grain of salt tomorrow. I mean, I hope we're wrong and not getting nothing, but I think we are. We're going to get a bunch of stuff. What I'm looking at, severe thunderstorm warning. Take that same thing seriously. Get away from the windows. Move to your safe spot. Let the warning pass you. I mean, make sure you have flashlights. A weather radio will come in handy. I tell the kids many times they only cost $29 to get, and like I said, it only takes that one tornado to come down your street, and that's a bad deal. And folks, we're talking some pretty serious stuff. When we talk about hail and high winds, we could talk about like violent tornadoes, long track, violent tornadoes, large hail, and a hatched area where we can see hail the size of a baseball again. And we can see winds gusting up maybe to 80 miles an hour the more even and the more afternoon. So you could lose power. So folks, keep your phone plugged in. Keep your laptop plugged in. Keep your devices plugged in. I won't be surprised tomorrow if we go under level 5 down in the Alabama area. I just won't be surprised because if they enter that, because we're into a category where we can get that. So keep that in mind. And I was going to tell you to everybody, the whole team's going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to have Jonathan, Isaac, Ian, Cameron will be in the field. We'll all be here tomorrow to track this, and we have our heads on this really good because this is a serious situation. So if you don't do what we told you, you can die. So have your plan tonight. I know it's going to be quiet today. We had that one system push through this morning. Just think about today, where you want to go tomorrow if there's a tornado. Because mobile homes are not going to be safe. So you go to a truck stop, gas station, something like that, just to hang out there tomorrow and let this system pass. Because a mobile home you're not going to have a lot of time to travel. These storms get kicked off pretty quick, so you're not going to have time. So this is the update. We might do another one today. I'm just going to give everybody's attention to this because this is seriously the Weather Service is talking about strong tornadoes. We're in a 15% hatched area for strong long track tornadoes that could be violent ones. And we're in the Weather Service mission for some very large hail and some gusty wind, some very strong winds. So, excuse me. That's why we did the video. So we will continue to keep you updated and continue to keep you posted. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a bust because me and my team would love to do this job. But we don't want to see 100 twisters turn everything up and destroying lives. We can build buildings back, but we can't build a bunch of lives back. So just keep that in mind. We'll be here, and the way it's looking like, we'll be cutting in, and possibility staying on air tomorrow. And I mean, we'll probably not even go off if there's going to be tornado warnings. So we'll continue to keep you updated and break in tomorrow as we need to.